So very nice to have you all here. And today is full moon, Guru Poornima, which is a very special and auspicious day on the full moon that is traditionally offered to the Guru. Yeah? So you have the Mother Day, you have the Father Day, you have Secretary Day, you have Valentine Day. Yeah? But now we all, in Vietnam, they have a Teacher's Day. Yeah, I'm not sure here in this country you have, but the Teacher's Day in Vietnam is very important. But in India, it's called not just only a teacher, but it's called Guru. Yeah, it's called Guru Poornima. That means the full moon. So today happened to be the Guru Poornima, full moon celebration of the Guru. Okay, the teacher. So you can have a dance teacher, you can have a computer teacher, you can have a cook teacher. You know, oftentimes people use this word guru for this. You know, is my cooking guru, is my dancing guru, is my music guru, and like this. But for us here, then the word guru means a spiritual teacher. The teacher that teach you the highest kind of knowledge that gives you liberation, liberation from suffering, liberation from bondage. That's called the guru, the one that remove your darkness and give you some light. Okay. So tonight we have even tomorrow. Tomorrow, here we celebrate a little bit, you know. So tomorrow evening we have a puja, a special celebration, a puja to dedicate to Guru Poornima. Okay, so for Asia, I think is one day ahead. So you can celebrate today. For us, is tomorrow. Today, Swamiji yesterday already present the topic of the upcoming 4 days retreat at the ashram here called the Yoga of Transition. And at the same time, we welcome the TTC graduates for we call TTC refresher. That means knowledge of being refreshed. Okay, because if you know something and you don't think about it, it gets dusty. Okay. It get rusty, it get dusty. So you have to renew from time to time. Okay. You must have presented what is transition, right? Yeah. So the idea is life is continuously flowing. Okay. And then you are all the time in movement. Okay. From one state to another, because that's how you feel alive. Okay. If your life is not moving, then you feel that you are stuck. You know, you're stagnant somehow. You're not moving forward. So everyone wants to move forward. Okay, in life. Now sometimes we get confused because we don't know where I am now and what I'm going, where I'm going. And what is the right thing, because sometimes my parents say that I need to do this, and myself I feel I need to do this, and my friends say that I need to do this, and so life is pulling me in a different direction and I'm confused, right? So the teaching of the ancient teaching of the Vedas have given you some idea. Okay, and of course you need to have a teacher that knows you very well, and then that can tell you more or less, you know, where you are at and what are the different steps that you need to make. Okay, but so today I'm going to present to you a little bit of this different idea, so then we will develop this idea during this week. Okay. So there are different classes during this week: afternoon workshop, evening satsang, morning satsang, and Hatha Yoga classes, so that you can, those who can, take all the classes. That would be great. Of course, in Asia, you cannot take all the classes because you cannot, wake up in the middle of the night at 2, 3 o'clock to have class. So it's only translated the morning classes. Okay. So now, maybe Swami Dharmananda, you can point to the thing, please. You can point the camera to the blackboard here, so you can see the summary of it all. You have a stick or something. That's your stick. You have a longer stick. Okay. Okay. So it's my handwriting. This morning my computer doesn't work, so that's why I cannot do the PowerPoint. But it's the old way is handwriting, so you better read my handwriting. So number one, that you need to keep in mind all the time, is you are a entity, body, mind, spirit. Okay, you are not just a body. Our bad habit is that we think that ourselves only as a body. Okay, if somebody asks you, who are you, and you present yourself to somebody, you always say, I'm 30 years old. You always feel that I'm 60 years old. I'm 20 years old. You define yourself as the age of the body, okay, as the physical body. But in fact, you are more than that, okay, and that you need to keep in mind. So Swamiji pointing out here to this diagram here of the three bodies. Can you make it bigger or something? No, a spotlight. Yeah. And so you point out to the outer envelope. Yeah? So that's a physical body. You point inside, not just the line. Yeah, that's good. Thank you. The physical body, okay, that you are born, and then it grows. The cells are growing and then decaying. Okay, so depending on your age. Okay, so that would change a lot of things. Okay, so remember the body, and then the second is the astral body. Astral body, in general, it means your mind, okay? Your energy, and the energy doesn't come just only from the physical body. Yeah, it comes also from your maturity of your mind, what you think. So the thought that you have in mind sometimes gives a lot of prana, yeah, and certain thoughts that you have in mind blocks your flow of prana and make you feel very small and weak. Yeah, so the astral body is very important. Your prana level and your mind, your subconscious mind, your emotions, the way how you think, and your idea of yourself. All these are very important, for you to conduct yourself in life, okay, and know how to move on in life, okay. And then the last one, which is the core there, is called the causal body, okay. The causal body is the seed core, the seed body. Sometimes we say it's a seed body. What that means, it means that the reason why you're born. You're born in this body because you need to pay up some karmic debts according to yoga. That means that you need to learn certain lessons. Okay, you need to learn certain lessons. That's why each person has a different kind of circumstances of life. Yeah, somebody is born very healthy, very rich in a rich family, and is being loved, and somebody is born in a let's say poor family, in a handicapped body and being rejected and becoming an orphan. Yeah, something like that, because different circumstances, different lessons that you need to learn. Therefore, you have, like you said, if you plant the seed an orange seed in the ground, then what you expect is an orange tree. You cannot plant an orange seed and expect a banana tree. It doesn't work like that, okay? So it depends on the seed that you have in mind. Yeah, the seed means the cause. Yeah, you will be born in the body of a male, of a female, in certain circumstances of your life, your father, mother, your culture, and all these things. Okay, so there is something that governs your life in the core, and that is your reason to be born. Okay, your karmic lessons to be learned. Okay, so that is a deeper level. Okay, so and then beyond all this, Swamiji, you're right, on top there is the Atman, on top of the circle. Atman is yourself, okay? It's your freedom, yeah, it's your Satchidananda, your bliss, your what you want, okay? Whatever you want in life is to know the truth, not having difficulties, disillusion, and to be aware, to be awake, yeah, and not to be ignorant, and also to be happy and blissful. And that's in general, we say, if you find your true self, and that's the purpose of all the yoga, meditation, Vedanta study that you are doing, is to find the self, okay? Using your three bodies as instrument and navigate yourself through life. Okay, so this knowledge comes from the Vedas or the Vedic culture. You can just write the word culture. The Vedic culture that gave the different signs that will help you to navigate this life. Okay. So we talk about yoga, we talk about Vedanta, we talk about Ayurveda, we talk about Jyotish, we talk about Vastu. All these are Vastu, these are all Vedic culture, okay? And in the Vedic culture, the guru is important, okay? The guru would guide you through, okay? Will see you and will guide you through. Okay, so now the other important idea that you need to keep in mind in order to understand yourself is the idea of the three gunas. So can you put an arrow on the left side? The idea is, in life, you are evolving from, we call tamas, to rajas, to sattva, okay? So if you ask yourself, am I evolving where I'm going, then the answer has to be, I am moving from darkness to called tamas, yeah, inertia, darkness. Rajas means movement, but egoism, okay? To sattva means purity, clarity, wisdom, okay? So in life, what's happening is your veil over your consciousness in the beginning is very thick, a thick veil over your eyes, so you cannot see. You see big difference between you and me, okay? And then rajas, then it's a little bit less thick, but it is called movement, yeah? That means it's also very self-centered, and it's only partial. That means you see some light coming in, but only partial from your point of view. So only. So you cannot see other people point of view because you don't have that wisdom. Yeah. So it's called rajas. Yeah. And then sattva come is when everything is clear, light coming in, and you see the whole big picture. So you are moving in life, yeah, from from, you can say, from ignorance, okay, not really knowing anything. So that's why you need the parents to guide you in the beginning about the behavior. You know, if you are parents, you see it's a lot of teaching. In ancient Vedic culture society, then the children at 6 years old are being sent to the guru to sit in and learn the basic thing about who am I and what they are doing, and learn the asana, the pranayama, all these things. But nowadays, not like that. So you are, but basically the idea is you need to, okay, you need to move from darkness or ignorance, and then you grow up a little bit, and then you care about yourself. Yeah, you call the ego, it become big. I mean, you only focus on your need, on yourself. Yeah, and you still don't see the picture of your relationship with other people, your relationship with the world. And then eventually, you become more enlightened. Yeah, you become more sattvic. Yeah, you become more wise. Then at that time, your vision open up. Yeah, and then you start to situate yourself in a, in more correct manner, in relation to the world, in relation to other people. Yeah, you see the big picture about life, and you see also the goal of life, which is to attain to wisdom and to pay your karmic debt, to attain to wisdom and to be free. So that's the purpose of life. Okay. So now you can go back to the board and zoom it in. And you can see your maturity comes with age. Okay, your biology will dictate your, your hormones change, and your biology change, and then it will dictate a certain psychology. Yeah, it dictates a certain maturity, a certain psychology. So here is the grid a little bit. I think Swami must have talked about this yesterday already. No, is it tonight? Oh, okay. Okay, so Swamiji will talk more tonight about this, but I just gave you the idea here. It depends on your age. It depends on your biology, okay? Your biology would influence your psychology. So biology, psychology comes together. Of course, it depends. Some people, very young and they are very mature. Yeah, I met a boy, 6 years old, and he talked like an old man. Yeah, he doesn't want to play. He's like very serious with meditation, yoga. And I met with people 60, 70, 80 years old. They are like a kid. So it depends, but this is an idea only, okay, for you to situate yourself. So you have the student stage when you are young. So the ages, it depends. I don't know how you want to do this, but it depends on, sometimes it says every 21 years is like one stage. Yeah, but my understanding is like from, from 6 to 25, you can say, is a brahmacharya stage, a student stage, and then grihastha stage is like from 25 to 50, okay? So it's not exactly 21 years. And then, but it depends, okay? And then Vanaprastha is called, so Grihastha is when you get married and you have children, and Vanaprastha stage is when you retire to the forest, okay? So it's about 50 above, yeah? So please, retirement here is not just like when you don't have a job, you know, and you retire from the production line, economy point of view, but the retirement in the spiritual culture means that you have done your duty. You have done your duty in certain stage of life, and now you're going to get back to yourself. Vanaprastha, go to the forest. Like here in the ashram here, it's like a forest, you know, it's secluded, and you're here. The only thing you do is just spiritual practices, yoga, meditation, and so on. You don't worry about politics. You don't worry about what's happening there in the world. So you retire, you withdraw, okay? So that's called Vanaprastha, you know, but I retire at 28. 28, I come to the ashram, yeah, and I never left there. What time you retired? I was 35. The Swamiji retired at 35. How old were you? Huh? 39. So go to the forest, okay. How old are you now? 38. Very old. So that means retirement. Okay, it's not like you sit there like in normal way people think. You know, retirement means to get a pay and then buy an RV and drive around and visit the world. It's not like that. Okay, it's a certain state of consciousness where you withdraw within yourself. Now you are allowed to live your spiritual life. Before, you had to take care of the family, the society, the children, and the whole thing. Okay, so that is called. I'll let Swamiji talk tonight more. Third, and then the fourth will be sannyasa. That means at that time your goal, your purpose is only renunciation, and then you take a vow of renunciation. So there is that's a way to go. Okay. So, because it's based on the idea that you are born with a certain karma, the body is changing, but also you have to pay up your karmic debt, and then you have to go back to your spiritual nature that you don't have time to waste. Okay, so sometimes if you don't have that purpose of life, then we can waste our time, yeah, and we can mix up and change, and so on. Okay. I have a student that is about 50 years old or more. She's actually more than 50, almost 60. And she come to class. Every day she come to class. She take all the courses and she's very, very happy. Yeah, she's a grandma. And then one day she didn't come to class. And then I meet her and I ask her why you don't come to class. And she cried and she said, oh, because I have to go to work and take care of my grandchildren. Okay. Well, I asked her, so why your children are not taking care of your grandchildren? She said, oh, my children take care of the grandchildren, but they didn't have enough income. So I think that I have to go to work and I have to take care of my grandchildren. So on. So then she cried. Yeah. So why? Because she go against the thing. She come to Vanaprastha stage. She learned all these things. She's very happy. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, boom, she go back. See? So normally you have to go forward. You don't go back. Okay? You can go as slow as you want, but you have to go forward in life. So that's the idea, the whole idea, right? The word transition. is that you have to know where are you and where you are going. Okay, so what speed you are going, it's up to you. Okay, but you have to go in the right direction and not go round and round and not going back. So, so now she go back to Grihasta. Yeah, she cannot do Vanapasta. So that's why she's unhappy. Okay, now the next column is a topic of this morning, in fact, is the motivation. Yeah, we call Purushartha, or the inner motivation. Okay, so the scripture said that there are 4 motivations that everyone has. Okay, so you have to recognize your inner motivation. What is it, the energy or the thoughts within you that push you to take that decision or that decision, okay, in life? So now, look, you have karma. There is the first goal of life is called karma. Karma, not karma, okay? There's no R there. It's K-A-M-A, yeah? Karma means enjoyment, yeah? Enjoyment of the senses, enjoyment of the emotions, enjoy life, okay? So that's the first goal when you are alive, is to enjoy life, okay? And then the next point is called artha, okay? Artha means having the material wealth in order for you to do what you need to do. Okay, artha is the goal of wealth. Okay, so everyone has this goal of wealth. Okay, so now the next one is called dharma. Dharma is you can translate it as righteousness. Okay, learning your position in life, in society. Dharma also means duty, and act according to that. Okay, and then the last is moksha. Moksha is the goal of liberation, yeah, of spiritual knowledge. Okay, so that's a 4 purpose that everyone has: karma, artha, wealth; dharma, how to live life; and moksha, how to be free from life. Okay, so we all have this, except different depending on you. Yeah, and you here is your journey that started before this birth. Okay, and that is very confusing. Okay, so according to Vedic knowledge, then when you are born, yeah, you did not just start your life. You have started your life way before, in many lifetimes, and then each life, when you're born in the body, is only 1 lesson or 2 lessons, a few lessons that you would learn, and then you didn't finish, so then you would reincarnate in a different circumstances, different body, in order for you to continue learning. Okay, so but this is a general goal. So now you make the correspondence. Show the board, please, between okay. You show, Swamiji. You show the correspondence between tamas. Yeah, you go there. Tamas. Don't draw anything. Just show without drawing. Tamas, and go across. Yeah, go across to karma. Okay. So then that means what? That means that when you have the goal of enjoyment of the senses, enjoyment in life, then you are in tamas. What that means? That means you don't have the spiritual knowledge of the purpose of your life. So you think you are born with the five senses to enjoy. Okay, so you are in ignorance more. Okay, and then come rajas. Yeah, go straight. Grihasta means and then you go straight. Artha. Artha is the purpose of wealth. Okay, so that means that now you want to go make money, yeah, in order for you to enjoy your senses, and then it's also more rajasic. Yeah, rajas means you can say self-motivated action. Okay, and then you want to, at that time when you are at this stage, then you want to make money, and then if other people, suffer and don't have food to eat, it doesn't matter for you. It does matter, but you don't move from your position, okay? Because you need to have your money and your life and your desire fulfilled and your need fulfilled, okay? So at that time, the purpose of life, the artha purpose, is very important for you, okay? Accumulation of wealth, okay? And then there's a third purpose, which is dharma. So at that time, the sattva, which is the quality of purity, of knowledge, of wisdom, start to come in, okay? So then at that time, you start to think of the purpose of life. Who am I? Yeah, what is the purpose of all this? And then you move to dharma, okay? So at that time, I have seen people that are business people, okay, that are making a lot of money, but they give it all in charity. I have seen this, okay? They, the company make money, and they share the company profit with their employee. They consider their employee to be their own family, yeah, and they buy houses for the employees and share, the profit in the company, yeah. So they still a business person, yeah, but not with the goal only of artha, of making money, but they start to have a lot of sattva in their mind, of purity, and they want to do the right thing. Yeah, they want to do charity. They want to share. They don't think this is my money, this is my company, this is my money. So they are not rajasic. Yeah, they start to become sattvic, and then their behavior change. Yeah, so in terms of time, the same thing. Normally we say time is money. So we think, okay, my time, I'm going to take care of myself, my time, I'm going to live my life. Yeah? But eventually you realize that this is not your energy. Your energy is actually God-given energy, and you are a custodian. I mean, you are the one that is keeping, the energy, and then share the energy, as an instrument for higher purpose for God. So you act like you are the instrument, and then you share your energy out, and then you don't think that it is my time and my energy. So for me to barter my time and my energy in order to get more wealth, or in order to get more enjoyment. So your thinking change. When the sattva are coming in, then your thinking change. You think about a bigger picture, other people. You become maybe more militant in ecology. You start to think, oh my God, we are destroying the planet, the climate change and all this. And then you start to do, you know, spend a lot of time, try to help with the society or the climate change. Or I'm just giving example. That you are not just only leading your life in a selfish manner, but you start to give out of your energy and your time, and you start to think of a bigger picture, the society and the environment and the world and other people. Okay, so that time the goal of Dharma becomes more important. Okay, you get that? So, and we talk about transition. That means we talk about you are moving, but you don't really know from where to where. Yeah, and that's why you get sometimes very confused. Yeah, but you have to know. Okay, you have to be very clear, consciously. Who are you? Where are you? And where are you going? Okay, so so you move into the motivation of Dharma, yeah, and sometimes you feel like this, conflicting. You know, my parents say that I have to go to find a job, yeah, and to get married and to make money and then so on. But I feel inside very strong desire to serve the world, to help the world and to serve the world. I don't think that I can live my life just thinking of, you know, 2, 3 people in my family, and that will be sufficient for me. I feel that I need to be responsible of the world. I'm the citizen of the world. I am a member of the world family, and I want to give my time and my energy and care for the world family and try to live a dharmic life. And then your motivation might change again, yeah, into the 4th goal of life called the moksha goal. The moksha goal may be in the beginning when you were young, yeah, brahmacharya stage, tamas, then you don't have the moksha goal, yeah. You have the karma goal, you want to play, children, they want to play, yeah, and then that's it. They don't worry about, you know, what is life and what is liberation from suffering. They don't even know. Okay, they're suffering because they miss something, and they cry, and then they go and maybe take it from others, like this. But you know, it says that people like Swami Sivananda, even when he was young, you know, he share whatever he has. Yeah, he share with other kids. Okay, but not necessarily every kid is like this, is it not? We are quite selfish when you were kids, you know, and then sometimes we can torture animal, and then and if you don't have something, you go and steal from other people because, you know, you don't know these rules of conduct. Yeah, we are selfish. Tamas is strong, ignorance is strong, and then eventually we move forward. Yeah, and the motivation might change. That means you start to practice yoga, and you start to practice meditation, and you find a certain peace when you start to do that. Yeah, and then you want more of this, and you want more peace, you want more of that expansion of consciousness. Okay, so when you expand your consciousness, and that's called the moksha goal, then you start to have the moksha goal, okay, in mind. You want to take more time to go to ashram, do retreats, and, you know, do karma yoga. At that time, that means action. Let's say your body is still young. Let's say in that age grid here, you are young. Many people go to ashram. I went to ashram when I was 28. Yeah, so I was already working, but at that time I was already working for society because by karma, my family stay in Vietnam, and I went to Canada by myself to study. So it's also my karma that so all of a sudden, I don't have any family to take care of. So I take care of my my society, yeah, which is at that time is Canadian, right? And different people that live in the city there, all kinds of people, all kinds of culture. And I don't think that it is foreigners. Yeah, at that time already, I did not think that these people are foreigners. I work with Haitian people, with Italian people, with English-speaking people, French-speaking people, all kinds of group, all kinds of classes. I was social community organizer, social worker. And so at that time, I think it's my family. Yeah, the whole city is my family, and I want to take care of them. Yeah, so that's what I did. You see that? So, um, um, and you know, I'm just tell about me, just give example about me. When I just arrived in Canada, I was 18. Yeah, I was studying in a university, and I have to find some money to send money back to support my family, but also to take care of my livelihood. Yeah, I was 18, but at that time, what kind of job? I don't know the society. I don't know anything. So I went to find in the newspaper. Then I found a job in the entertainment ground. Entertainment ground that people are very young. Actually, I was 18 and they have other younger people like 16 and some about my age. And they enjoy themselves in the entertainment ground, which is the ground for karma, right? And one person that is most miserable in that whole entertainment ground was me. I was so out of sort. I was not, it's not my place. You know, loud music, people are playing. Huh? Home. Montreal. Amusement park. Yeah, it's amusement park. Yeah, people go and buy money and they drink and then they buy some ball and then they throw the ball and I have to go and pick them up, you know. And I have to wear that color shirt of all different color and so on. Oh, I'm so unhappy. And my next to me, these young girls, they are enjoying themselves. They're flirting with the other guys, and then, you know, that. But I was miserable. Why? Because the karma goal doesn't fit. Yeah. Why? I was just 18. Yeah. I could have played, but they said that there is a life before. Yeah. I was not meant to do this. Yeah. I was not meant to be entertaining myself and entertaining people. So it was not fitting. That's why I'm so unhappy. Okay. So I changed. And, you know, in order for you to change, you have to have some self-confidence that you can do something else, right? So I did not speak well the language, and I was very young in that country and so on, but I changed. So I learned to become a secretary. That means I work in an office, and then I have to go and learn how to type. And at that time, it was 40 years ago or more, 50 years ago. And then it looked like, 50 years ago. Yeah. Anyway, I had to go and learn how to do typewriting in an electric typewriter. That time there's no computer. And it was like shocking for me because you push a button and it moves, and then push a button and zoop like this. And I have no typewriter, electric computer. So I have to go to different places, you know, and then learn how to do this. And then I changed my job. So, and then eventually, you know, just to tell the story short, you know, I finished school, and then I work, you know, and then I move in the ashram, and then my salary, normally people's salary just come higher up. And for me, the salary just comes slowly down. Because I keep choosing. You see, I'm just sharing with you the journey. My journey was quite fast. Yeah, my change is very fast, but for you, the change is happening also. And you have to do soul searching all the time. What you do, what you want, and so on. It might be slower, yeah, but you are in movement as much as I am in movement. There are different voices within that is talking all the time, yeah. And one time I had a job. I had a very good job, yeah, a professional job, and I have pay, and I can travel as I like, yeah. And at that time, I did travel as I like, and buy a car and buy this, that, and travel to spend money and go to Paris and buy fashion clothing and things like this. It did not last long. You see, it did not last long. I can buy this fashion clothing, and I wear it, but then I wear it one time, yeah, and then I let go. Why? It was not. It was not according to me, to my motivation. Okay, so again, it's not the enjoyment, motivation. I could have make money, yeah, because I'm good at making money. I can make money. I can do business and make money. Yeah, but I make business for my family and so on. I can give them business advice. Yeah, but I cannot do business. It doesn't fit me. It doesn't work. Yeah. So then when I become a social worker, do more things for society. Actually, I was working, taking care of my family, but also do social work at night. That means as a volunteer person. Okay. So then I volunteer full time, I work full time and take care of family full time. But the Dharma goal becomes so important. The Dharma goal becomes so important. I care so much about society. I suffer when society suffer. Yeah, when there is something that happened and then something unjust that happened to society, then at that time I was motivated to help. So I was in the street sometimes doing, we call, how you call it? You go to the street to demonstrate. Yeah, I protest things and I become militant activist about different causes of children, of women, of poor people, of at that time already environment and injustice and so on. Yeah, the Dharma goal become important, very important. Okay, and I was very happy to do that. And then one day, the motivation changed again. Yeah. So that I was burned out from doing action, social services. And then I realized, the ego that is there. I realized there is certain ego that is there that want things to change the way how you want it, the way how you think. So the sattva start to come in a little bit more. Then at that time I feel, oh, now I understand God's will. You see, the word God's will is not easy to come. Yeah. Before I thought it's just me. Yeah. But now I start to realize, oh my God, there is something that is higher than me thinking, or the politics and everything. Yeah. There is God's will, that something is determining this world, the way how it works. Yeah. And makes things happen. And that is God. I was not born with the idea of God, you see. But then at that time, somehow it comes to my mind, yeah, that there is something there that you need to tune into. And then you have to become instrument of that will, yeah. And it's nothing is about you. You see, so this come naturally. Yeah? So the motivation change from Dharma, yeah, to moksha, which is called liberation from by knowing God's will. So that's my journey. So then I become a yogi, I become a sannyasi, yeah, and then I'm very happy now. So then this last one here, which we would talk maybe another day also, is that how you change. Sudra means when the tamas is strong and you're doing service job, like me before, then you don't ask question, I'm sure the girls the same age like me, they don't ask question. But me at that time, I already have a lot of questions I ask. So the tamas is strong and you are doing sudra, and then vaishya means you start to be do business and thinking of yourself, the rajas goal. Vaishya, sudra is tamas goal, vaishya is rajas tamas, and then kshatriya is you start to think of others, the dharma goal. Then kshatriya is rajas sattva mixing, and brahmin is when you have the sattva that is governing. Okay, we talk about that another time. So that's a journey at the same time. Okay, so we talk about different topic here, but at the same time, yeah, tamas, rajas, sattva change. Yeah, the biology, maturity, psychology change. The motivation, inner motivation, what you really want, change. And then the manifestation of the inner motivation, your occupation and your job change. Okay? So today the topic is about motivation. Okay, so think about this. One person has in Jyotish, there's a way how you can see it. You can see the motivation person, and sometimes it doesn't work. Yeah, like you see for a person, for example, they want moksha, but the artha goal is very big. Yeah, and the dharma goal is 0. The dharma goal is 0. The moksha goal is rather big, but the artha goal also is equally big. So how does it work? It does not work. Yeah? So then at that time, the advice is you need to do more selfless service, dharma. Yeah? You need to do more selfless service. You need to give your money a little bit more in charity. Okay? And then your moksha goal is there, but then you don't feel conflict. Okay? So if you run 2 horses at the same time that are very different, okay? You want to make money, yeah. At the same time, you want yoga, you want liberation, you want self-knowledge, yeah. And you don't do any service for society, and then you run these two goals together, and it doesn't fit. Then you have some inner conflict. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to put a little bit more time, a little bit more money in charity, a little bit more time in charity, yeah, thinking about other people, how you can help. And then don't just sit at home and study and meditate. I'm sorry to say that. It's not like I don't promote meditation, but also in order for you to grow, you need to do karma yoga. I mean, you need to serve other people, and it's a way of meditation. Okay? So then it will smooth everything out, and then you would feel better. Yeah, karma goal and moksha goal. Yeah, let's say you have some desire for self-knowledge, but you have very strong habit, yeah, desire for enjoyment of the senses. Yeah. So how does it work? It doesn't work. So you have to practice more yoga, but focusing on withdrawing of the senses in order for you to see a world that is beyond the sensual world. Yeah, that is the spiritual world. Is when you start to meditate more and you withdraw more, not running around shopping so much. Yeah, but be content more within. Yeah, like now in COVID time, you have to stay home. So think that it is a good thing that you stay home and you don't go shopping, or you don't go to coffee shop sitting and drinking coffee and chit-chatting with your friends. You cannot do this now. Yeah, in Vietnam it's completely locked down. Yeah, here in America last year was completely locked down. People complain and they're very unhappy, but actually it's a very good thing. Yeah, it forced them to move into another space, where they have to be looking inside, working with themselves and not going into the outer enjoyment. The karma goal will be less, okay? And the Artha goal also, sometimes we are forced, in the time of COVID, we have to close our business and we have to slow down before the goal of Artha, making money is very important. But now, the Artha goal will be less, okay? Karma goal will be less, Dharma goal will be higher, and the Moksha goal, the self-knowledge goal will be higher, okay? So I hope that it helped you to think about your life and think about your priority. Of course, you have to do this and that. It's not like you can change like quickly. I consider myself very quick, very fast. But not most of the time. It takes time. But at least you have to be conscious of your motivation and try to go forward, okay? Not going backward. You get that? Less selfish and not more selfish. If your choice is more selfishness, you are going backward. Less selfish, you're going forward, okay? More ego oriented, then you go backward, yeah? But more God's oriented, then you're going forward. Okay, your will, you surrender your personal will for God's will, then you're going forward. Okay, you fight with God's will and you want your will, yeah, so that you're going backward. You get that? More or less, you have to think of what inside of you motivates you, yeah, and then you have to have a very clear picture and then you accept it. Yeah? The idea is we don't know where we are, and sometimes the inner motivation is there, but then other people say different things and your outer louder voice of your own mind and habit say something else, so then you are all confused. Okay, so you have to sit meditation, be quiet, think about the purpose of your life and who are you and what do you want, and then don't jump too fast. Yeah, because if you jump too fast, you also are missing something. Okay, so if you are, let's say that you are young and you need to enjoy your life, fine and good, that is perfectly okay. Yeah, then you need to have time for your enjoyment and try to turn it into something sattvic in enjoyment, like seeing a nice sattvic movie, eating popcorn. It's okay. So sattvic enjoyment and not rajasic enjoyment. Okay, so you have to manage this different different kind of goal. Okay, clear? And accepting and move on. Oh,